The house on the hill. The old house on the hill had always been a source of curiosity for the townsfolk. No one had lived there for years, and rumors swirled about the strange occurrences that had taken place within its walls. It was said that on certain nights, eerie noises could be heard emanating from the house, and that the very air around it seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. Despite the warnings, a group of teenage friends decided to investigate the old house. They made their way up the hill, their flashlights casting eerie shadows on the trees around them. As they approached the house, they could feel a chill in the air that seemed to penetrate their very bones. The front door creaked ominously as they pushed it open, revealing a dark interior that seemed to go on forever. They cautiously stepped inside, their flashlights darting around the room in search of any signs of life. As they made their way through the house, they began to feel a sense of unease wash over them. The air was thick with an oppressive energy, and strange symbols were etched into the walls. Suddenly, a loud noise echoed through the house, causing the group to jump in fear. They slowly made their way toward the source of the noise, their hearts pounding in their chests. In a small room at the end of a long hallway, they found what appeared to be a ritual chamber. The air was thick with the scent of incense, and strange symbols were etched into the walls and floor. As they looked around in horror, they realized that they were not alone. A figure clad in black robes stood in the corner, their face obscured by a hood. The figure began to move toward them, their steps slow and deliberate. The friends backed away in fear, but found that they could not escape. They were trapped in the house, at the mercy of whatever malevolent force had taken up residence within its walls. And as the figure drew closer, they knew that they were in for a fight for their very lives. One of the friends, a bold and quick-thinking girl named Lily, grabbed a nearby piece of wood and brandished it in front of the figure. "Who are you? What do you want?" she demanded, her voice trembling with fear. The figure didn't answer, but continued to advance towards them. Lily swung the piece of wood at it, but it passed right through the figure, as if it were made of smoke. The other friends looked on in horror as the figure began to laugh, a low, menacing sound that seemed to fill the entire house. Suddenly, the room was bathed in a bright light, and a voice boomed out, "You have trespassed in my domain. You shall pay the price for your insolence." The friends clutched each other in terror as the figure disappeared, and the room began to spin around them. When they opened their eyes again, they found themselves outside the house, the sun just beginning to rise over the horizon. They stumbled down the hill, gasping for breath and still shaking with fear. When they reached the town, they ran straight to the police station, desperate to tell someone what had happened. But when they tried to describe the figure and the strange occurrences in the house, they found that they couldn't remember anything clearly. It was as if their memories had been wiped clean, leaving only a vague sense of unease and a deep, abiding fear of the old house on the hill.